All right, folks, what I'm going to do is go ahead and let's talk about that water here a little bit. You know your water here, the biggest energy waste in your home. A medium-sized car driven 12,000 miles, averaging 22 miles per gallon, and electric water here supplying 80 gallons of hot water per day, both use 11.1 barrels of oil per year. Constantly maintaining the temperature of your water here is just in case you want to take a shower is equivalent to leaving your car idling in the driveway just in case you want to go somewhere.
Wow.
Okay? Doesn't make any sense. Remember we talked about that already? And again, you take 90 100 watt bulbs, that kind of puts it in perspective. It gives you a visual. That's only 45 there, folks. That's only one of the elements, 4,500. But could you imagine double that on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week?
Wow.
So I'm sure you can see how it's easily 30% of your bill.
That's amazing.
We talked about the energy guide. Again, if you look at it, it doesn't say anywhere on there how many people in the house, how much you're paying for, how many showers you're taking, how many loads of laundry. So that figure is really irrelevant, isn't it? Well, let's, again, folks, I'm not Van Gogh or Picasso, but I'm going to give it my best shot. I'm going to explain to you how the solar system works, okay? Now, the picture I'm going to draw is as if the panel was looking at this view. So your roof's sitting like this. The panel has to be on the south-facing roof, okay? It's just like this, all right? It's a 4x10 panel, but it can turn this way or this way, okay? So we're going to do an end view, as if we're looking inside the end of the panel, okay? Now, the outside of this panel right here is made out of aircraft aluminum, which means it's virgin aluminum, which means that a year ago, it probably wasn't holding your barbecued ribs, okay? Like aluminum can, it could be recycled. This has to be virgin aluminum. Now, virgin aluminum is very expensive. It's what they make planes out of, but it virtually lasts forever. Aluminum doesn't rust, corrode, any of those things. So it's because it's going to be out in the elements. Now, inside that panel is copper tubes. Now, copper, as we know, is the world's greatest heat conductor. Again, it's very expensive, but it is the world's greatest heat conductor. Also, it lasts forever. In Egypt, they still dig out there. They've been digging for tombs and all that stuff all these years, and they still pull out copper pans and copper plates that were from 5,000 years ago. Now, on the copper tubes, there's copper fins connected to those. Okay? The reason why those copper fins there is, again, heat is going to go to, radiant heat's going to go, we're going to make radiant heat inside here. It's going to go to the coldest place. So if this was flat glass up here, the sun comes up in the east, right? Sets in the west, comes up in China, goes down to California, comes up about 7 a.m., goes down about 7 p.m. Okay? Arches across the sky like this, right? 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Alright? So here's what happens. If you had flat glass on here, as soon as the sun comes up, it hit that glass and bounce right off. Hit that glass, bounce right off. Hit that glass, bounce right off. It wouldn't actually start absorbing, because this is an absorption plate, until it was directly down. The only thing bad about that, you only get about 4 hours of the solar. So a system like that's going to give you about 50% efficiency. We have patented glass on ours. It's tempered prism glass. Prism is a word meaning prison. What does a prison do? Keeps you in. You said you're an ex-police officer, I'm sure you know a lot about that. Okay, so anyways, if we were to put this glass under magnifying glass, this is what it would look like blown up. All the way across there. Okay, so the sun comes up now, and immediately it hits this prism right here, it's going to trap that prism and throw that heat right down there. So it's going to gain the heat all during the day. So the time the sun comes up to the time the sun goes down. Okay? Now, unlike most of the systems out there, our system does not need sunlight. It needs sun's rays. I give you an example. When is the time you got your worst sunburn?
Cloudy day.
Cloudy.
Yeah, you're at the beach, it was a cloudy day, you're out there 6-7 hours, you come home and you go, oh my God, look at my face, it looks like a lobster. Well, when the sun's out, you realize how long you've been out there because you're getting hot. When the clouds are out, you don't typically get hot. But our system does not need the sun's light, it needs the sun's rays. So as long as it's not cloudy and rainy for more than 4 or 5 days in a row, our system's always going to work, okay? Because it's gaining that all during the day. So what happens is that ray's going to come down and it's going to hit that copper fin. The cold water's inside these copper tubes right here, okay? Well, what happens is that's gonna hit both these fins and it's gonna be forced to go where? Coldest place where the water is. Now, copper again is the world's greatest heat conductor, but boy, if you spray painted that black, what would happen? It'd get even hotter, wouldn't it? But what's gonna happen to spray paint after a while? It's gonna crack, peel, chip, flake, whatsoever, okay? So the next thing that we're gonna do is we're going to anodize that black. It's like a chroming process. That way it lasts forever, okay? So what I want you to do,
Just for a second.
battery